everyone, and welcome to my video blog, episode 2. I kind of decided this episode for a topic that I wanted to talk about was going to be about being an adult. Now, I'm only a college student. I am definitely not a professional at this whole adult thing. I've had very little experience in the adult world, but I thought it might be cool to talk about some of the experiences I've had and the experience of my family and friends. I have some friends that are in high school right now, and they're kind of getting into the swing of being an adult. They're still trying to figure out what it means to be independent, socially and in the workplace. So I thought I might offer some tips. I also have some friends that are adults, and every now and then they just kind of need a refresher. What does it mean to be an adult every single day, and just why do we keep doing it, basically? So I thought it might be cool to give some advice, some pointers. So the first thing I wanted to talk about being an adult was in the workplace, which of course means being a professional. Lots of professionalism involved here, and also lots of patience. I think that being an adult most of the time really just means being patient and accepting those of us that are not quite adults yet and helping us as much as you can. But in my workplace, I have 3, but in my first one is an office setting here at school, and I actually got a super cool comment from my supervisor, who is the executive assistant of my office. And she said that she really valued the way that I dress because it makes her feel like she's working with an adult. So I guess my first tip would be dress for success and just kind of dress for the job that you want. As human beings, we're unfortunately kind of subconsciously judgmental of how people look and the way that they appear to us. We may not consciously have that thought train, but subconsciously we do make judgments about people based on the way that they look. It's not always good, but sometimes you can use that to your advantage in the workplace, especially if your boss sees that you are always put together, always looking fine, wearing a dress, then they're going to think that you're really on your game. Even if you don't have the opportunity to maybe dress up for work, maybe you have a uniform, it's still a really good idea to make sure that uniform is always put together, not wrinkled, and I guess if you work in a food place, as little smell remained as possible. I also work at a retail store, and time management is another big tip I would give. Be sure to be really sufficient in managing your time. I actually had a conversation with my manager on Saturday. I had some clothes to put back on the sales floor. I had some customers coming up to the register, and I had some other clothes I needed to fold on the actual floor that were just kind of messy. And so I asked her, which one would you like me to work on? I can do this, this, or this. And she looked at me and she goes, well, you know that you need to be doing all 3 right now. And I looked at her and I said, what? I can only do one thing at a time. But what she meant was that while I'm kind of putting clothes back on the floor, I need to be also doing this, and at the same time keeping customers in mind and just really managing my time sufficiently based on the tasks that needed to be completed. And I think that time management is a good thing that everybody can have with any job. Nobody likes somebody who's lazy or doesn't know how to manage the time that they're given, and any employer or boss, I'm sure, will appreciate you knowing what to do with your time and to be able to meet deadlines. The third job that I have is at a restaurant, and with that position, you deal a lot more with people and with the things that they need and stuff like that. Same with my retail position, but with this one, you really have to be good at being friendly to strangers. Now, from the time that I was able to walk, I always heard, don't talk to strangers. Even now, my mom texts me anytime I'm going out, don't talk to strangers. But unfortunately, in my job, I have to be very friendly to people that I don't know and just kind of hope that they'll be friendly back. So I guess tip number 3 would be to be friendly and open to people you don't know, because you're going to have people that are going to really like that, and they're going to reciprocate that back to you, and that's going to be a really cool experience. You're also unfortunately going to have people that won't reciprocate that and may make your day a little crummy, but as long as you are staying with your goals and staying on point with your professionalism and just being the best you that you can be, then What can really go wrong, right? Well, I'm going to leave you guys on that note, but thanks so much for tuning into this video, and I look forward to talking to you guys on Thursday about other ways to be an adult. Have a good middle week.